Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrappy and Kane. Today I'm sharing a new series with you with my friend Christine Harden, who is here on YouTube, and I will have a link down below to her channel. We are going to do a unique little collab together for a new series called Twins. Since she does 12 by 12, I do 8.5 by 11. I am going to uh, do my regular size layout. She's going to do her 12 by 12. We're going to use a kit from the Scraproom. So each month we will pick one of them. I did pop a photo up of all four of them. We chose to use the Vicky Bouton collection. These are the pieces that I got. And of course, hers is going to be different because I'm sure she got different embellishments than I did in her kit. I have a few other ones besides these pink ones, but I decided to embrace the pink on this layout. And I have three photos of my sister Angela, who's my older sister, playing, um, not really playing, I guess. Well, she is kind of playing around with my cousin Walt, and they were fishing during the family reunion time. And I'm going to show you the papers. Two pieces of white cardstock come in the kit. And then also I have the add-on paper kit, so I have an extra paper here that came from that. Sorry, I don't remember which one went to what, but they're all Vicky Bouton papers, and I'm going to use a couple of them actually on the layout, but mainly the pink one. And I use this the big circle sun one because I cut out the middle sun piece. And then I believe that's it. I use a couple of the border strips, and I use the yellow and black white polka dot one. And I'm also going to fussy cut the butterflies for the layout, which is really kind of crazy because I love the other side. But I do have another sheet of this already in my stash. Since whenever Vicky Bouton releases a collection, I buy all of her collections because I love them. So here's the other pieces of ephemera that I received in my Scraproom kit, but these are the pieces I'm not going to use on today's layout, so I'm just going to leave them here in the baggie. And honestly, when I get done with this layout, I put whatever I had left into my Vicky Bouton stash because I won't be creating another layout with this kit as is. It's not enough embellishments for me, just to be honest, because I've got to have a lot of embellishments. So we chose a sketch that we're going to work with. So each of us are going to use the same sketch in the same kit, but of course we'll have different photos, so we'll have a completely different layout. And like I said, I will have a link down below to Christine's page, so go check out her layout and see what she created. Here I'm using older stitching dies that I have, or stamps, sorry, not dies, they're stamps. One of them I cut because I was able to stamp a really large circle with it at one time. So it's cut, but you can still stamp the smaller circle just like I did with it. You just put it back together and stamp down. Here I'm using Picked Raspberry is the ink color that I'm using from Distress Oxides. And I use that to stamp all of my stitch circles down in the background. In the sketch, it had like coffee ring type circles in the background. So I decided these stitch ones were kind of cool since Vicky usually does a lot of stitching on her type of embellishments and stuff. I really didn't use a whole lot of the stitching on the layout, but I still like the idea of it. So that's what I went with. I'm going to pick out a couple of Shimmers paints here in pink just to add a little pop of more color in the background. I know one of them is Lover's Lips and one is Orchard Star, and Pinko de Mayo is the other pink color that I chose to use. And you saw I just add a little bit of water to them, and then I'm going to splatter them around on the background. And pretty much I'm just splattering wherever I think it looks good. And I wanted it to be all over the circles. And I did a lot of it because I knew a lot of it was going to be covered up. Since I do scrapbook the smaller size of 8.5 by 11, a lot of it's going to get covered up. but it's okay. It's mixed media, and that's usually what's going to happen anyways. So there it is, pretty much dry, cleaned everything up, and we're ready to move on. So I'm gonna bring it back out and ink up the edges with the pink also. And I decided I wanted a very heavy pink edge. As everyone probably knows by now, and if you're new to my channel, maybe you don't, but I am allergic to white. I do not like white backgrounds. I just can't do it. So I really like to color them. So I did use the white cardstock, but by the time it gets done, a lot of the white's going to be covered up. But I really like the way the layout turns out in the end. So as you can see, I was very heavy on the edge with the pink, and I did go around the edge with black stays on ink. I believe I already did that. I'm not sure if I showed that. Maybe I didn't actually. No, actually I didn't do black stays on ink around the edge. I decided not to. I'm just going to stamp with the archival ink right here. This is black archival ink. And I'm going to stamp little splatters that are stamps all around. And those stamps are from not just for boys, but I don't believe they're available anymore. They're older stamps that they used to have. But I love them, so I keep them in my stash. So there you can see, I'm finally done with the background. Get started with putting it together. You can see here I pieced this one together using the same idea of the paper, the 12 by 12 paper, but I sized it down so that it would fit on my 8.5 by 11 layout. I left a little bit of edge so that it would show the pink on the edges. And then I'm actually going to cover up the yellow in the middle. At first, I thought it was going to be okay with it like this, but then I decided to put this pink and yellow circle, and it was too much yellow. So I'm actually going to change it to black instead. I'm going to actually put a black, what's going to look like a black strip across the middle, but it's not actually connected. As you'll see here, I piece it back together behind the photos and then place the photos down. And that was, like I said, because there was too much yellow, so I decided I didn't want the yellow after all. And the pop of black is perfect in the end, but at first I thought, the yellow was going to be okay, and I did kind of go monochromatic, but adding in the yellow obviously changes it from not being as monochromatic. It's more pink, yellow, and black and white is mainly the colors that I use throughout the layout. And as you can see, maybe you can't because the photos are not that great. These photos are, again, from 1975, so they're, almost 50 years old. And they were camera photos. They were not taken by my grandpa, so they're not on slides. If they were on slides, they would be way better photos, but unfortunately, they're not. But you can see he's actually my cousin. He's my dad's cousin, and he's married to her cousin. So he's married into the family. But he's wearing a pink shirt. And then my older sister is wearing like an orangish pink color sweatshirt that looks really big for her. Obviously, it probably belongs to somebody else. And like I said, they just went fishing, probably just killing time. My mom couldn't really remember why they had left to go fishing, but you can see the fishing pole down on the ground in the photo. So I just thought they were cute pictures to include in our family album, along with the other photos that are from the family reunion. And I haven't scrapbooked a lot of the family reunion photos, but I do plan on scrapbooking them. So those will probably be here soon or probably going into next year because they are in the summerish time. So, and since I'm closing up summer and I didn't make them all part of the retro summer kit, I'm probably going to be done with summer photos after September. We'll see if I get to any of them by the end of September, but I don't think they're on the list. I couldn't decide which butterfly I was going to use. I do decide to go with the one that's more black and white and pink. Um, the other one was also black, white, and pink, but it was more of a hot pink up in the top mixed with the black. So it looked different than the other ones. I decided to go with the two that looked alike. And then the one at the top has light pink and dark pink. And then the little black body of the butterfly. So that one there. And then I did add play foam behind the wings to pop those up. I like my butterflies to always be popped off the page just a little bit. I added the sunglasses to fun just because I thought it was cute. I cut those from one of the pattern papers had sunglasses as a border strip, and I cut one of the pairs of sunglasses out. And I'm going to use the little camper down here at the bottom. Not necessarily that they were camping, but I do know that for the family reunion, most of us drove in from other states. So we either brought our campers with us or we were, some of us had vans that had beds inside of the van that we slept in. So since we wouldn't have been able to host everybody inside of the house. So here I'm making a little flap that's going to flip up and show the other photo. The other photo is kind of the same. It's just Walt playing with my sister's ponytail. But I thought it was a cute photo to include. And since I really didn't have room for all three of them on the front, but I didn't want to create a double page layout, I decided just to do this little flap. And actually, that's where the journaling is going to go also. So, and this isn't in the sketch, of course. This is just something I came up with to do for my photos. I used another little border strip that had flowers, pink on pink flowers, and I just used that to put down the little flap to flip it open. Hopefully that makes sense. It's like a little binder. I used a smaller piece of cardstock, white cardstock, and put it up the side in between the two pattern papers that I glued together so you can't see the seam. And then I added the pattern paper border on top of that. And then I will glue it down to the layout. And I really didn't need to do it on both sides. I wasn't sure which one I was going to have on the outside, so I just went ahead and used both strips that I had. And this little piece actually pulls apart. It's like a library card insert. So I'm going to make a little pocket out of it, and that's where the journaling is going to go. So that's what I'm doing here, is just using really thin foam tape strips to go around the edge of that. And then I will place it down, and I'm going to put the little card inside of it. And I'm also going to add a little, I guess it's a moth or a beetle. It has pretty wings, though, that are pink and yellow, so they match the layout. And I'm going to add that to the card at the top, so it kind of it's popped up on play foam, so you can actually use it to pull out the journaling. And all the journaling says is Angela went fishing with Walt and her dad during the family reunion in Kansas. And like I said, I really don't, know any more details about that. Unfortunately, my dad and Walt have both passed away, and Angela is only probably going to be 7 years old in the photo. She don't remember what it was about. So here I'm going to attach down my little camper. Haven't done that yet. I just placed it there. I was trying to decide if I was going to use it. I decided to go ahead and get it used and put it down. And this little flower here is also cute because it has a little yellow center. So I'm going to go ahead and add that down. And then I will put the big butterfly over there at the bottom. Oh, my other photo wasn't attached down yet either. See, I hadn't attached down anything yet. I thought I had already glued it down. With the little sunglasses, this one here is popped up, and it's just the having fun title. And this was kind of neat to use embellishments and things that somebody else had picked out. I'm very picky about which embellishments I use and what I'm going to use on a layout. So this was definitely challenging to me. But I really liked the end result, so it was fun. So here's when I'm going to attach down the little flap that's going to open up and reveal the other photo. So I'm going to use double-sided tape from Spiegelmom Scraps. It just holds a little bit better than the ATG since the flap can be moved open and closed, so I don't want it to fall off the layout. You can see I'm playing with it. I couldn't decide which way I wanted to put it down. I do decide to put the flower down on the layout, and then when you open it, you'll see the flower strip inside. So there we go. I think I have it all attached down. I do, because I have sequin trails for my butterflies. I cut that part out just because I just did that on another layout recently. Basically, I alternated and did pink, yellow, all the way down from the butterflies and just made little trails with the sequins. And those sequins are from Spiegelmom Scraps. You can pick up sequins from her website at any time and use my code Jennifer15 and save 15%. Again, I will have a link down below to my twin, Christine Harden, so you can see what she created using the same kit and the same sketch and see how her layout turned out. I'm excited to go watch. I haven't seen it yet. So I will see you guys tomorrow with a video for Scrap Timber. Bye!